Hi everybody, my name is Constance Kopera. Today we're going to talk about Nonku Williams. Nonku Williams was at Vuma FM. She was telling her honest truth about how she met Sifis Ncwane and her ex-husband and how she get her daughter Nothing. You can listen
I want us
yourself.
to talk about the order of life, your order of life, as you put it through, across. You said you wanted to have kids at a certain age. You wanted to be married and have kids. Yes. What happened?
Yo, Linda, we plan our lives, right? But the Bible does say, Ruti, we plan in zethu,
Mm.
but ultimately God has the final plan.
Yeah, goes.
So my life, the way I planned it, I was going to study.
Mm.
I was going to meet my Prince Charming.
Mm.
And I was going to get married. And I was going to have my 2 children.
Nice.
Two kids.
Beautiful 2 kids, yes.
And I was going to live happily ever after. So, as I said, 28 years of age, I had my first daughter.
Mm.
Well, the only daughter I have. I had my child then, Unotile. I don't want to divulge too much into the relationship with Notile's dad because, obviously there's been a lot of, oh my goodness,
It's everywhere on the media.
I actually don't want to get people talking again. But anyway, I had Notile then. I can't say she wasn't planned because obviously,
I mean, at 28,
you know what you're doing, right?
you know what you're doing. Mm.
Yeah. So obviously promises were made.
Mm.
So I was like, okay, nah, cool, let's have a child. Then 28, yeah, I had a child, and I won't lie to you. I want to be brutal. Can I just be real?
Brutally honest.
I want to
If
be
you don't know,
real.
no,
Yeah, I want to be
Yes.
real.
Yes.
If you condemn me, it's your problem. It's your anhlangan. But I really believe that I have a mandate why I'm here.
Yes.
And I believed every word. With what, this is what's gonna happen. We're gonna have this child, and I believed him. So I said, okay, I'm having this child. And I won't lie, when I saw things turn out the way I did not plan, I remember, I'll never forget this. I think I was over 6 months pregnant. I might have been 7 months. I was going through the worst. I didn't have a job. I didn't want to tell my family how much I was suffering. And I remember calling Mary Stops. I don't know if it's still called that, but I remember that's the
That's
place
still called
where
that. Mm.
the children are aborted or whatever.
Yes.
I remember calling them. I was at that time. It was a couple of weeks because they used to, goodness, this is so hard for me. But
Yeah, I see. Yes.
But anyway, they told me I was too far off.
Yeah, 6 months. Yeah, that's.
I wanted abortion.
Mm.
It saddens me to say this. I couldn't love the child is growing inside of me. I was like, no, Lord, what is happening? This is not how I planned my life. I don't want this child.
Yeah, goes.
And I phoned them and they asked me how far off I was. And I told them, because I used to go to a clinic. I didn't have medical aid. So I used to go to a clinic. At that time it was called, gosh, I forgot.
No, it doesn't matter. Yes.
It doesn't matter, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I was told, no, it's too late. And I found myself trapped. Trapped with this child I did not want. Trapped with the child, the father was not present.
You believed in the dream.
I believe in a dream. I should have been married by now, and I should have, the father should be present, and I was alone. But I thank God for my mother, Ncwane. She's always been there. But I'm a proud woman. I'm one of those kids where my parents had always been proud. I remember when they first found out me pregnant. I'll never forget the words of my father. How the disappointment in his eyes. He gave me a whole lecture. I can't remember, but I remember him opening a Bible. But I was in tears. We were in a restaurant, and fundile Bible and whatever, and the shame and the guilt, and the disappointment, because this is not what I wanted.
But isn't that what most young women go through?
I believe
Ukuthi
so.
lalela umfana uyafika. Akutshela lalela, you my queen. In fact, akuzokuthengela ujaji. let alone his train.
Panoi.
Like lo judge. You know, that happens.
It happens.
But I don't want us to dwell in there. And then through your mother, through your family support, you survived. And you gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. And then you got married.
So I gave birth to Notile, and I remember I've never experienced the love of God like I did with the Notile. I will not lie to Linda. I did not love the child while she was still in me.
Mm.
I hated, I wanted to even kill myself. But I remember, and it's so funny, good today is raining, and I'm talking about this, and maybe she's listening, but I think I've told her this story before, but not to this length or to this depth. But I remember, it was raining, it was pouring that Thursday. And I remember then, obviously, it was a natural birth. I remember, okay, I went into this deep sleep, all right? When I woke up, next to me, I saw an angel, Linda. Literally, I saw an angel. She was dressed in pink.
Wow.
The most precious sight I've ever seen in my life. I don't know what happened in my heart, in my spirit, but love just flooded. I loved her there and then. I just took her and I held her and I loved her and I cried. Literally. I've never experienced so much love. I loved her then. I was like, my God. And I repented then and I said, Lord, I'm so sorry. You know?
And look what Lord has done to you, in your life.
But I just want to take it further, Linda, because we are real tonight. Right?
Yes, I want us to be real.
I want to be real because we
so
talk
that
about
a
love.
young woman out there learn, a young woman out there, I want tonight to be this sharing that we're doing. We're saving somebody's life out there.
Yeah.
This sharing we're doing, we're keeping someone, there's a better tomorrow. Trust me.
Definitely there is, Linda. I remember, Nutila obviously grew, and my mom loved her. Everybody at home loved her. In fact, my mom, she still does in the guest house. So she was everybody's child, because obviously she was the first grandchild. She was just
spoiled.
And she was spoiled, and I still do know me, because I promise you, I used to groove her. Not that I didn't do clubs and such, but I remember I used to just be out a lot. I used to leave her with my mom, with my sister, with Jay. And Notile, she's always been mature. She's 15 now, but she's always been this mature child. I will never forget when I met my ex-husband. She was 3. And because I had this void in my heart, Linda. A void, I still wanted marriage more than anything. In so much which I would have married Uhlani. You know,
does it get into that?
Yeah, I promise you, I didn't. I thought marriage validated me. I was ashamed. I was ashamed, Linda, and so I don't.
But wait, does this have to do with your background, your teachings in your family?
It had nothing to do with my background, because I grew up my mom and my dad were married, but they suffered. We experienced, I as children, as the kids, and we experienced the problems in my friend's marriage.
Yes.
I remember my dad I remember him picking his bags and going away for months on end, coming back and all of that. And I used to delight in that, by the way, because my dad was very strict. So, but I can imagine now what my mom went through a lot. I can imagine in the Dayakishi with kids, what would that do to you as a woman? But as a child, I didn't. My mom tried so hard, with the we used to rejoice in that because I knew my dad was strict.
The kids is away.
The kids is away. So
yes.
You may figure, oh gosh, this man are getting strict. I used to be so afraid of my father. And it's so ironic right now because my dad is my best friend now. Like we are, my dad is a father figure that I've always longed for. I speak anything with my father now. But anyway, I'm just fast forward now. Again, I'm blabbering. But I just I remember this particular part, and I want to say this to somebody who's listening out there, because I feel in my spirit I need to say this. Unotile, when she was 3, and I was chasing after this marriage, this guy who had promised to marry me, and already the signs or the flags were there. But I was so afraid. Ukuthi, remember, I had my whole life planned.
Yes.
The order of my life.
Yes.
Ngizofunda, meet my Prince Charming, get married and have kids. Now, it didn't happen that way. So
Nengane already 3 years, beautiful daughter.
Yes, and I get into this relationship, and 3 months into the relationship, I'm pregnant. Now I have 2 kids now, different dads, and I promise you, my mind, yazi into iphile kuwena, even nomphefumulo, and you really believe it. You believe the lie of the enemy, of the devil, to say, Wuti, there's no other man that will look at you. You have to make this work. Despite of the signs, Wuti, this is a poisonous relationship. This is not right.
There's no other man who will look at you.
I believe that. For the love of me, I remember, because I never shared this with my mother, I never shared this with my sister. There was this one person that saw me break down. And she said, Nonku, I wish I could take you and just hide you for 3 months and just get you out of this mindset of yours. But I despised her for that. I'm never going to mention her name.
No, I want us to come back. Let's take a breather, have a glass of water. And on our return, we talk to Nonku Williams. She's our guest. Here's Taking Dough. Guys, we do this to women, ne? We do, ne? Ageko ayike ngedoda ezokubuka. Why? Ungenzeni?
You know, there's a show, oh my God, what broke my heart was to hear umuntu omdala owumama athi umfana wakhe ushada i-reject because ushada ingane lengane. It broke my heart to hear that coming from another woman.
Yes, sis. How do I infuse that in this conversation?
What pressures has society put onto young women?
Nonku, are you any under kind of pressure from society to be married, to have a husband, irregardless, no matter what, you must have a husband?
Are you talking about right now?
Yeah. Do you have, not right now, then, as a young girl, as a young 20, 31, 30-year-old?
Definitely then, Linda. I thought I wasn't complete unless I had somebody.
But does it have to do with society? Does it have to do with women around you? Does it have to do with what you see, your surroundings?
Definitely society, definitely my peers, definitely just my surroundings. You know, as I said, Uguti, this thing was just so real in my mind. Uguti, by this time or this age, I should be married. Because remember, I'm 28 now, I think I'm 31.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, gosh, I'm not married. I don't have somebody. I should be married. I felt so much pressure, Linda. Like, you know, not that anybody said, no, why are you not married? Not, but it was within me because I didn't understand me. I felt I needed the validation. That's hence I'm saying I would have married even with Shania. That's how much I wanted to get married.
Yes, there's so much that women go through. Tina, as men, I knew then what my plans are, and if they don't work out, I'll try something else. But I get a different feeling. You know, you're not the first woman to tell me this.
Yeah.
I've heard mostly young girls, 25, 28, the pressure with manje. You know what? You need to be married.
Yeah. It's unfortunate because, you know, I think Tina, I'm a father as well. I think by the age of 35, it's like the cutoff time to have kids. So by the time you're 30, you don't have children, and you just don't want to have children everywhere, like all around. So you need to be settled. You don't have children, and we just sort of put ourselves in under pressure. It's very sad. It's very sad.
Yo, I'm seeing more of this, and it's just amazing. It's amazing. Seriously. Okay, let's go. We talk about. Let's recap. let's recap from. I've even forgot my train of